The next morning, I went to the bank. I withdrew $10,000 in cash. Then, I went to a lawyer. Not just any lawyer, a shark. A woman named Margaret, who had a reputation for eating cheating spouses for breakfast. I told her everything. She didn't blink. "You want revenge or money?" she asked. "Both." She smiled. "I like you." First thing Margaret did, freeze our joint accounts. Sarah woke up to her credit card being declined at Starbucks. She called me screaming. I didn't answer. Second thing, I hired a private investigator. His name was Frank. Old guy, retired cop, loved his job a little too much. I gave him David's name and Sarah's phone number. 3 days later, Frank handed me a folder 2 inches thick. Text messages, explicit photos, hotel receipts, a credit card statement showing Sarah bought David a $2,000 watch for his birthday. With my money. But the gold? The gold was a video. Frank had placed a small camera in my office, with my permission, because David sometimes worked late. And on a Tuesday night, David sat at my desk, opened my laptop, and started copying client contracts. He was planning to steal my biggest accounts and start his own company with Sarah by his side. I had him. Now came the fun part. I called a meeting with all our major clients. I told them David was leaving the company. I didn't mention the affair. I just said personal differences. But I gave each client a sealed envelope with David's resignation letter, a letter I wrote and forced him to sign by threatening to show his wife the video. Yes, David was married, 2 kids, a beautiful wife named Lisa, who thought he worked late because he was building a business. I sent Lisa the video anonymously. She filed for divorce the same week. David lost his marriage, his kids, and his reputation in one afternoon. He showed up at my house, drunk, crying, begging. I closed the door in his face. Sarah, meanwhile, had nowhere to go. Her parents lived in Florida, but they wouldn't take her after I sent them the text messages. Her friends stopped answering her calls because I may have let a few of them know what kind of yoga she was really doing. The divorce was finalized in 4 months. Sarah got $5,000. That's it. No alimony, no house, no car. The judge ruled that her affair and her attempt to hide joint assets constituted financial infidelity. She had to pay her own legal fees, over $15,000 she didn't have. Last I heard, Sarah was living in a studio apartment above a garage. She works at a nail salon, 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. Her hands are cracked from the chemicals. Her blonde hair is growing out brown. She's 32, but looks 50. She called me 6 months after the divorce, crying, begging, said she made a mistake, said she still loved me. I listened. Then I said, "You should have thought about that before you spread your legs on my bed." And I hung up. The company? I kept it. David's shares went back to me for pennies on the dollar. I hired new people. We're bigger than ever. I sold the house in the hills, too many memories, and bought a ranch outside the city. Duke, the golden retriever, sleeps at my feet every night. I'm not lonely. I date when I want. I travel when I want. I answer to no one. Sometimes I drive past that nail salon. I see her through the window, hunched over some stranger's feet. She doesn't see me. I'm just a shadow in a truck. And I smile, because she was right about one thing. She said I loved her too much to do anything. She was wrong. I loved revenge more. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment below and don't forget to subscribe to join our community. I'd love to hear from you.